Everyone needs to feel rescued sometimes. I know that was why I found sanctuary in creating Farmhouse Fresh. We have always loved growing fresh botanicals, crafting skincare for spas, and now for you. We like to think our product names, scents, and textures have a little bit of magic in them. Now we get to provide rescue for two. Our customers get a beautiful, fresh botanical glow, while furry ones get a new home right here on our farm. We hope Farmhouse Fresh can help take care of you while you take care of everything.
Hi there, farmies. Hello, friends of the farm. Hi, Facebook. Happy 2021. First time I'm coming at you this year, so it's good to see you all again. My name is Jennifer. If you've seen me do a live, I'm glad you're joining me today. I have a special spinning pass, so I do want you to stick around for a while. We always have some fun when we talk, so please do be patient. Towards the end here, we'll answer some questions, and we can give you that special discount code that you can use on some really yummy products for 2021. Again, I'm Jennifer Howard. I'm one of the skincare experts at Farmhouse Fresh. I'm also a licensed esthetician. I'm coming at you straight from Texas today, so I'm glad you're all joining me at noon. Hopefully you're having some lunch. We're actually talking skincare and mixology 101 today. So this is super important for y'all, especially as we change up some of our skincare routines. Vitamin C, retinol, salicylic acid, glycolic acid, peptides. I will tell you the list of buzzworthy skincare ingredients goes on and on and on. And there's new products and formulations and things popping up daily right and left. So it can be a little hard to keep track of what all of these ingredients do, as well as what these ingredients work well with in terms of other ingredients. So I said, I'm giving you a lesson in Skincare Ingredients 101 today so that I can help protect you, prevent irritation on your skin, and also I want to give you maximum benefit so every product you're using is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing on your skin. So welcome to Skincare 101, y'all. So second to picking formulas for your skin type and then addressing specific issues, it's really important to understand what ingredients do and know how to read your skincare box. There is going to be a label that's going to tell you all of those skincare ingredients. So I'm actually going to tell you how to read that box today, what products interact with each other so that you're not wasting money, you're not wasting time, and you're not getting frustrated that you're not seeing the results that you want to see from the product. So again, your skin type is going to be really important. So we'll pair some of our products at Farmhouse Fresh with your skin type, and I'll tell you which ones to use and maybe which ones even that may not be perfect for you, but we'll find a perfect one. So I promise you don't have to have a degree in reading Sanskrit or advanced knowledge of Greek mythology to understand and read a label on one of your skincare products. On the back, a lot of times of your box, I picked up one of our skincare or I actually just picked up our elevated shade here just to give you an example. But on the back, you're going to generally see directions on how to use it. And you're also going to see what we call an ingredient deck list. I know it gets a little confusing on how to read this stuff. So I'm going to give you some alternate names for some of the products. And I'm also going to tell you where to look within the ingredient deck list for that specific ingredient that's going to target and do what we want it to do in the skin. So again, no advanced knowledge of Greek mythology. I'm going to break this down and make it super easy for you so you can apply this practically yourself, both at home and looking at some of what you already have, or even when you're buying new products. Generally, this list is pretty long. Sometimes it's got a lot of really detailed chemistry names to it. And then other times we will modify that on the back of a package so that you can kind of get more of what the pure name is. So if it's like a vitamin B, which I'll give you another name for. If it's a vitamin C, I'll give you that alternate name for. So you'll start to be able to recognize some of those things yourself. Generally, the first 2 or 3 are going to be about your carrier. It's going to be a glycerin base. It could be an oil base, could be a water base, very natural. And as you start to go into the other ingredients that are on your box, that's when we start to look at the actual concentration of the product within this, or actual concentration of ingredient, I'll say, within this product. So you want your active ingredients. And when I say active ingredients, I'm talking about all those ingredients that are really powerful. They're kind of being your powerhouse fixers. They're your powerhouse protectors. Those ingredients want to be right around the 4th to about the 7th within your list of ingredients. So you know you're getting a maximum concentration of those really, really good ingredients. So it's okay generally to see some of those kind of glycerins, carriers, a lot of fruit oils, a lot of water bases within the first 2 or 3 ingredients. Then once you get into the 4th, you start seeing all those powerful heavy hitters. So I said I was going to give you some alternate names. So I'm going to do that as we talk through some ingredients. I'm going to show you some Farmhouse Fresh skincare ingredients and skincare products as well that have these ingredients in them. And you're going to be fabulous when you go pick out new skincare. So let's dive right into this. Here's one that we hear a lot, and Farmhouse Fresh loves to use this ingredient. It's alpha hydroxy acid and beta hydroxy acid, AHA, BHA. So we hear that a lot in ingredients. Now, this is gonna get a little crazy, and I always sometimes feel complicated too when I explain this, but take out your pencil and jot down on a piece of paper some of this information, or if you want, you can go to Google and try and Google some of this yourself. But let's start with our first one, AHA, alpha hydroxy acid. Because there's a number of other names for an alpha hydroxy acid. An alpha hydroxy acid is actually a water-soluble acid. And what that does is it actually helps to exfoliate the surface of the skin in a gentle way. It unlocks the glue that holds all those dead skin cells on the surface. So when we're using a product that actually exfoliates the surface of the skin, we get really nice, bright, shiny, clear surface complexion. And then a lot of these other products or ingredients, a lot of these other ingredients then help to penetrate down a little bit further and work within that middle layer of the skin to plump collagen, send messages to incite change. So we want to be helping our skin with exfoliation. I know I've talked about this. Jessica talked about this on a live presentation too back in December, right before we hit New Year. Britt, our good friend at the farm too, also talked about this. So we all want to incorporate, whether you have oily skin, dry skin, even if you have sensitive skin, I'm going to tell you an alpha hydroxy acid to use. So there's a list of alpha hydroxys. We have incorporated them into our products. I'm going to also give you some of those so that you know. Again, we can use it on normal skin, oily erupting skin, dry skin, but let me tell you which ones are perfect for some of those specific skin types. So we have citric acid. Generally comes from a citrus fruit. We have a glycolic acid. Again, these are all part of the AHA family. Glycolic acids generally come from a sugar cane. Hydrochloric acid, which is a tough one for me. I'm going to give you another name later that's even more difficult. So please forgive my heart, not my head, if I'm saying this wrong. And I have anybody on here that can help me better pronounce those. That comes from generally royal jelly. We also have another acid, which is a hydrochloric acid, which generally comes from animals. You don't see that as much in skincare products. We have a malic acid, which comes from fruits. I see it a lot of times from apples, sometimes from pears. And then we have a tartaric acid, and that tends to come from the outside of the grape or grapes. So we have a plethora of different names, I will call them, for an AHA. And we actually have AHAs in our products. Now, I'll show you a few and I'll talk about skin types. And then I'm also going to introduce you to the BHA, which is the beta hydroxy acid. So beta hydroxy acid, there's only one, so much simpler to memorize. And that's actually a salicylic acid. A lot of times it's also called a willow bark extract. So again, if you're looking on the bottom of your ingredients and you see willow bark extract, then you know that that's a salicylic acid. Salicylic acids and BHAs are excellent for someone who has breakout, whether it's hormonal breakout or regular breakouts within the face, any form of acne. Salicylic acid, BHA, the other word sometimes willow bark extract. That's really good at going inside the pore and sweeping out and killing bacteria, and also kind of cleaning out the pore. So on top of that surface exfoliation, which you're always going to get from one of those acids, you're also getting the added benefit of the willow bark extract that helps to kind of clear out the pores. So let's go back to the AHAs, and I'll touch on a product too that has a BHA in it. The illumination fruit mask. This is a big one. We at the farm love our illumination fruit mask. This is almost like doing a spa treatment at home. This is a 15%. That's so high, y'all. I'm telling you, you have to only use this product if you've tested it and you don't have any reactions. It's wonderful for oily reacting skin. It's wonderful for normal acting skin. If you have extremely sensitive prone skin, I don't recommend it because we're exfoliating with a lot of those acids that I talked about, and it can be a little over irritating on the surface of the skin. So it says it right on the front. So this helps you too. I will tell you, you can look at the box, but it's right on the front. My light is, oh, so glaring. I'm so sorry. It's 5% lactic, 5% malic, and 5% citric. So remember, those are all part of that AHA family. So this mask itself is actually going to go on the surface of the skin, clear away some of those dead skin cells, really do a really nice exfoliation so that your skin looks brighter. You can remove some of the drier, dehydrated cells that are just sitting on the surface. And then your skin is just going to have this glow, this radiancy. But again, it's 5%. So I'm going to also tell you a few things that I don't recommend you using with AHAs. Now, if you use any of the acids, alpha hydroxy acid or beta hydroxy acid, I don't recommend that you use it in conjunction with a retinol. Now, they're both exfoliating ingredients. Retinol, I will talk about just a little bit later too, but it's a derivative of a vitamin A. But unfortunately, you're almost like setting a bomb onto the surface of your face because you've got two heavy hitters in terms of exfoliators, and you almost can irritate the surface of your skin, over exfoliate the surface of your skin, and create redness and create irritation. So if you're going to do something like this, which has those 3 alpha hydroxy acids in it, I recommend you only do it once or twice a week, and you don't do it in conjunction with nights that you've put on a cream or a product that has a retinol. I am going to talk about a retinol too. So that's just a little tiny little nugget to keep right back there in your bonnet. I always recommend do it on alternating days. Now, let's talk about some of those other acids. A glycolic acid. So a glycolic acid comes from sugarcane. We have that in our pudding appeal. I may touch on a few products here, but if you have any questions that I haven't answered, let's go through those at the end. Pop them into the little box. Leave me a comment, and then towards the end, we'll go through and I can really go through a little bit more in depth too if there's something that I passed through quickly or seems a little off or confusing. But our pudding appeal mask. So this actually has a glycolic in it. Again, one of those AHAs. So I love this mask. Again, we're doing some resurfacing. We're doing texture improvement with this one. Glycolic, again, Another ingredient I don't recommend that you use with a retinol. So if you're going to do a mask that has a glycolic in it, use it on alternate nights that you use a retinol. This one's fun because we've added some really nice hydrating ingredients to it. Sugar cane is a very gentle exfoliator. Again, that glycolic, super gentle exfoliator onto the skin. So it can be used on someone that's oily or acting in skin. It can be used on someone that does have drier acting skin. Also really great for some of your teens that break out because it's not irritating, and the sugar can calm and be an anti-inflammatory as well. Okay, let's look at a product that actually is dual, an alpha and a beta hydroxy. We love super lettuce on the farm. I know us girls talk about the super lettuce regularly. It smells wonderful. I should switch myself while I'm in the midst of talking to cool myself down. But this has an AHA and a BHA. Let me tell you how and why. So this has a lactic in it, and it has a glycolic acid, and we also added willow bark extract. So again, willow bark extract is my BHA and my salicylic acid. So you're getting a triple hydroxy acid in this one. We have calmed some of those ingredients down, some of those acids. We have calmed them with some really nice things. We've got our cucumber in here, which is high concentration of vitamin C and vitamin K. All of those ingredients, especially an antioxidant or a ceramide, work wonderfully with your exfoliants. But this is a product that I always suggest you also, if you have normal to oily reacting skin, this can be something you use every day, but I don't combine it with a retinol. Remember, we're not mixing those heavy exfoliants because we can over dry out the surface of the skin, break down that really natural lipid mantle and barrier on the surface of the skin, and cause some irritation, even some possible inflammation. So this is something oilier, normal acting skin. We also have recommended this if you have a drier surface, if you tend to be drier and acting skin, couple of times a week, maybe 3 times a week. That alpha hydroxy acid in here, as well as that beta hydroxy acid, is perfect for really kind of helping to sweep away some of the surface debris, but it can be over drying. So we don't mix it regularly with our retinol. We just use it a few times a week. So blend it with your other tonic that we have, which is our vitamin berry tonic. There's an alternative for you. You could use this 3 times and the other one the other 4 days a week. So again, I'm trying to kind of give you some ideas on what mixes together and what won't mix together, which could cause irritation. So I'm preventing all of this in terms of just irritation or frustration with products not working for you. So the super lettuce, the illumination fruit, our splendid dirt. I'll give you one more mask and then I'll move on to another ingredient, but I spend a little bit of time on that AHA and BHA because it's so important. So our splendid dirt. This one does also have in it, we do call it our natural degumker. It has in it a little bit of enzyme from a pumpkin. Enzymes are very different than your AHAs and your BHAs. Enzymes tend to be natural and fruit-based. And I know that I gave you some AHAs that had fruit in them, but just a little bit different of a chemical compound just because they're acidic, and enzymes do tend to be gentler on the skin. So if you want to use something that has a natural enzyme like pumpkin in it, which is also really high in natural vitamin A, so it's really strengthening also both to capillaries and building collagen. But if you want to use something that has just a natural enzymatic exfoliant, you can use this regularly on oily acting skin, normal to drier acting skin, on your teens, on someone who has regular breakouts or hormonal breakouts. This is actually, because it's an enzyme, is safe to use with any other product in our skincare line. So that's the difference in mixing an AHA, BHA, and then something enzymatic. So Um, let's talk retinols because I mentioned those really briefly, and that's our other really great exfoliator. We start to add that into our routine. A lot of products contain retinol. Let me give you a few other names for retinol. So again, when you're looking on your ingredient deck list, vitamin A is the actual main actual name, I guess I would call it, for retinol. Sometimes it's a retinol palmitate as well, and that just means that it is a form of a retinol or a form of a vitamin A. So we're getting an exfoliation onto the surface of the skin. We're helping to brighten the surface of the skin. Again, we're strengthening those capillaries and we're building collagen in that middle layer of our skin. So we love our retinol products, but we love our retinol products when they're used safely. And so safely means that we don't mix it with an alpha hydroxy acid or a beta hydroxy acid consistently every day, because we want all of those ingredients to do what they're best at doing. And a lot of times that means we have to give them that space and that time in between products to work effectively. So we use our retinol products in a body treatment, which I won't show you, which is our really fun moon dip, but we also use them in 2 or 3, well, actually, I'm sorry, we use them in a few more than just the 2 I'm showing you here, but we use them in our watercress hydration. Again, this is a vitamin A. We do it in a time-released capsule, which makes it very gentle on how it exfoliates the skin. It can be mixed, retinol can be mixed with peptides or ceramides, but I just don't recommend, I may sound like a broken record here, I don't recommend an AHA and a BHA regularly if you're using a retinol. So we did a 2% time-released retinol in our watercress hydration, and then we added some really nice ingredients. We added some antioxidants for you. We added in a vitamin C for you, which is going to protect. We added in a chlorophyll, which is also going to protect as an antioxidant. Sodium, no, I'm having a hard time without sodium hyaluronic is another one we added. Just a really nice hydrating binder. It actually, sodium PCA will pull moisture in from outside and really lock it in and keep it in the skin cells so that it looks plump. Watercress extract as well. So 2% time-released exfoliator. You can use this if you have oily skin. You can use this if you have dry skin. You can use this if you have combination skin. And this can be used, if you like, 4 or 5 times a week, as long as you're alternating it with nights that you're not using other really heavy exfoliants. And our newest product, which also has a 2% time-released retinol, vitamin A in it, is actually our new Moon Dip Face. This one is a product that we just launched in December. This smells wonderful. It is a very light, minty-ish, whipped, airy texture. It is a hydrator as well, so you're getting that exfoliation as well as that nourishment that your skin cell needs. It's time-released, so it's very gently and safely barring out that vitamin A as it's on your skin so that you don't get red, you don't get irritated, your skin doesn't start to become oversensitive to makeup, to the touch. So a nice hydrator with, again, that 2% retinol, that vitamin A in it. So we do have a few more. I didn't want to touch on those because I wanted to give you an overview, but 2 products that you can add into your regimen that have vitamin A in them. Let's talk peptides and antioxidants and ceramides. So these ingredients go well with everything. And a lot of times we see antioxidants and peptides, they're named vitamin C. Sometimes they're named vitamin Bs. So let's talk vitamin Cs because there is a couple of different names for those. L-ascorbic acid, magnesium ascorbyl phosphate is another word for vitamin C. Tetrahexidal, this This is one that I sometimes botch. So again, if I have someone here, you have to help me and forgive my head. And I promise my heart was in the right place. But it's tetrahexyl tetrahexisexidol. Similar to that, but tetrahexisexidol, which is the vitamin C that we use in our products. So if you're looking on like your Supremely Lit, you will actually see that ingredient. It shows up right down here. Directly below. So you're going to see that right down here within the 5th or 6th product. So you see that vitamin C derivative. So vitamin C is an antioxidant. Vitamin C also helps to brighten the skin. It protects the skin against free radicals. It is also a great product, and we always say best in the morning to use, because at night sometimes you're using your retinols, and a lot of times if you mix a vitamin C and a retinol, sometimes that can create a little bit of kind of a surface sensitivity. So vitamin C's are excellent to use in the morning. It generally comes in a serum form because that's the smallest molecule, which will actually penetrate into the skin a little bit quicker and give you that visible result. Vitamin C's can be used on all skin types. Dry, oily, normal. If you have acne-prone skin, I do recommend a vitamin C because they're really anti-inflammatory. They do help to calm the skin down. If you have any post-inflammatory pigmentation or any dark spots from breakouts because you're acne-prone, vitamin C will help to lighten those. So we placed vitamin C in several products. We placed vitamin C in our Supremely Lit product. We placed it in our Elevated Shade, which is our sunscreen. We also have vitamin C in our Watercress Hydration and our Super Lettuce. So we love vitamin C as an antioxidant, and it goes very well with all other ingredients and products. And then let's touch on niacinamide. Niacinamide is also another word sometimes for vitamin B or panthenol. Sometimes it's called pro-vitamin B5. That's another name that you'll sometimes see. Always anti-inflammatory on the skin, brightening on the skin, and protecting. So it can be mixed with any other ingredient. So we also love niacinamide. There's a lot of products that contain niacinamide. Our Super Lettuce contains niacinamide. Our Elevated Shade contains vitamin B niacinamide. So it can be used on all skin types, and it's beneficial for all skin types. And it's another ingredient that can be used in conjunction with other things like antioxidants, ceramides, and peptides. So it's a great complement. They marry very well together. The one thing I will tell you, if you're using just a concentrated vitamin C or a concentrated vitamin B, the two sometimes don't work well together. I have a good example. I added in a product several months ago that was just a pure form of a vitamin B, and I was using it in conjunction with my Supremely Lit, and I ended up getting an irritation. So let me also explain the difference between a pimple, a breakout, and a reaction to a product, because I know this comes up a lot. So if you tend to have sensitive skin, then you probably are familiar with getting a product irritation. A product irritation tends to be little tiny red bumps. They're concentrated sometimes on the forehead, right within the cheek area. Sometimes you can see a little bit of it around the jaw area. It's going to be very different than an actual pimple. It's never going to develop that white head on it, meaning it doesn't have any bacteria mixed with it. It's not always going to feel tender or painful or hurt. It's actually going to be clusters of little red bumps, and they're going to be pretty small. So generally that means your skin itself is getting irritated by a product or an ingredient that's in a product. So if you notice that happening, best to just pull off of whatever new product you've incorporated into your regimen and see if you can't give it about 3 or 4 days to allow your skin to find its natural balance again. go back to an equilibrium, and then possibly incorporate that product with that ingredient that was irritating your skin, maybe just once a week, and see if you have any benefit from that product. If not, then it's very possible you do need to look for other products that have similar ingredients that are going to do what you want it to do on your skin. So, difference between an actual breakout pimple and a reaction on the skin from a product. So let me show you two of the antioxidants, because I touched on peptides, ceramides, and antioxidants. They come in a few forms: vitamin C, vitamin C, and vitamin B. We love peptides. We love peptides, and we love amino acids, and we love all of those things that actually go into the cell and incite a change or send a message to actually do something, to plump, to link together and create elasticity and firmness. So you get that in two of our products that we have. We have our wind down product. This has a ton of antioxidants in it, so it's extremely plumping onto the skin. This beautiful red color. I know I've talked about this. This is one of my favorites. I love this product. Our wind down has resveratrol in it, all those really great peptides that help to kind of plump up the skin, protect, fight off free radicals. It absorbs in clear, so it doesn't leave any coloring. You don't see that wine or that really beautiful kind of a grape purple once it absorbs in. It's safe to place all the way up in the eye area to really strengthen the skin right underneath your eye area, cut out some of that redness. The other one is one to actually help to, we also blended those peptides with the other Japanese peptides. So you actually get a really nice brightening onto the skin. So it does also work to strengthen the skin and give it a little bit of nice plumpness, but it's helping to tone down any uneven discoloration. It's helping to kind of calm any inflammation on the skin. So very different, again, than exfoliating. If you're over exfoliating, you want to make sure you're pairing it with something that's going to help to calm the skin and be an anti-inflammatory. So you could mix, all skin types could use our wind down as well as our eternally lit, oily, normal, dry, and it pairs beautifully with all products within our line. You can use it with a retinol, you can use it with an AHA, and you can use it with a BHA. So I know that was a lot, but I hope that you were taking notes. I hope that you feel a little bit more comfortable about reading the box now on one of your products, understanding some of those ingredients. Hi, Janet. Hi, we were just going to talk questions, and I'm going to give you a spending pass too on our website. But it says, looking for a regimen for a 50-year-old sensitive skin, concentrating on acne and anti-aging. Oh, sweet pea. You definitely have some things you want to target and address first. So our skin shifts. Naturally, we start to see changes in our skin, and we see it about every decade. Our skin's going to be different in our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, and our 50s. But you also have two things. You have acne, which is concerning, and you really want to be conscious of your anti-aging. So I can give you a few recommendations and kind of help you through a customized regimen. So we want to address the breakouts. So you want to think about using a cleanser that's really going to help to clean off the surface of the skin. The New Groove is perfect for that. It is part of our high bio hemp line, and it has this really nice kind of a minty-ish scent to it. But it's going to clear and sweep away all of the extra oil, extra debris, any of those bacterial elements that are sitting within the pores and creating those breakouts and causing you to have that acne. Now, if it does have to be more of a severe adult acne, cystic acne, painful acne, I would recommend too consulting a little bit extra help, maybe talking to a physician, since we do sometimes get an adult acne that can happen within our 40s and 50s. But good cleansing routine is going to clear away the bacteria, get rid of all of that debris and makeup on the surface of the skin. Then we want to protect the skin, and then we want to start looking at ingredients that are going to help to exfoliate the skin. So we want to make sure we're incorporating in our wind down serum. We want to make sure we're even potentially incorporating in our supremely lit. We want to add in the antioxidants that are going to build back up collagen. They're going to help with protecting against additional free radicals that are going to cause more signs of aging. So we want to work on a vitamin C too, again, brightening to the surface of the skin. And then we want to use a hydrator that's not only going to give the skin the nourishment that it needs at night, but we also want to make sure it's going to give us one additional thing. It's going to exfoliate for us. Because if we're exfoliating, we're softening some of those fine lines. If we're exfoliating, we're also giving the skin its ability to have some beautiful new skin cells come up to the surface. They're going to look plump. They're going to look hydrated already. And they're also going to give you that clarity that you're going to want in the surface of your skin. So either two options would be excellent. I prefer, and I'll give you my fan favorite, which is the Moon Dip. It has, again, that 2% retinol in it. So gentle, time-released exfoliation, which helps with those fine lines. Also helps, I will tell you, with just a very gentle kind of clearing away of some of the additional bacteria that you wouldn't have gotten from your cleanser, so that you don't break out as much or possibly as many times. If it tends to be hormonal, then that may be, you'll start to see that kind of cyclical within the month. Then you can do a few other things to treat that, but I can give you a few additional tips. So let me give you a couple of options. There is, on our website, farmhousefreshgoods.com, there is, down at the bottom of the screen, book a virtual skincare consultation. Trisha is our medical esthetician. She's phenomenal. You will love her, I promise. Go out to our website and book a time with her and see too. She may give you a few additional suggestions when she gets a little bit more information from you. There are things I sometimes don't know without giving you some targeted questions, but she may give you a few similar recommendations that I just gave you, and even an expanded list of regimen that you could use daily. So book with Trisha. She's our virtual skincare consultant, and she's located on our website. You can pick your time, you can pick your date. It's very easy. You get a link on which time and date login and how to do that. So go book that too. See if you can get some additional information from Trisha to expand on what I just said. Let me give you guys my spending pass. You've been with me for a while. I appreciate you. I hope you know on the farm we all love you for visiting us, for being part of our presentations, as well as for purchasing products, because every product that you purchase, proceeds of that go to support the ranch and our mission and all of the babies and fur children that we have that live directly on the ranch. So my spending pass, which $10 off on farmhousefreshgoods.com, is Ageless One. Ageless One, which is AGELESS 1. $10 off any purchase. Break it up. Do multiple purchases. You don't have to do it all at one time. When you spend $50, you also get free shipping. Take advantage of that. May cost you $43 with tax, depending on your state. To spend $50 on your whole purchase, get your $10 off, get your free shipping. So if I've interested you in any products and you want to try them out, please go take a look at farmhousefreshgoods.com or even book with Trisha, and she can help you on an advanced regimen for yourself. So let me open this up for questions. I will grab my phone, just so you know. I'm not doing anything like trolling Instagram right now, but my friends will help me with pulling up any questions, concerns, comments, anything I can be of assistance with too right now. So let me open this up. Hopefully Wi-Fi is working today. You know, that's always a fun one with your Wi-Fi being a little off for the moment. Oh, I have some great questions. So my first question was, what would help puffiness under the eyes? That's a really good question. So puffiness under the eyes can be a couple of different things. It can be a retention of fluid that's happening under the eyes. Could be genetic as well. Dark circles tend to be genetic. It could be a lifestyle. So are you not getting enough sleep, or maybe a dietary issue? So there are a few things that can cause some of that puffiness and dark circle under the eye. So I recommend we combat some of those lifestyle things with an antioxidant. So that's my first go-to. We do have a product in our line. It's called Crow Catcher. Very hydrating for any fine lines, any areas where you really want to fill in and plump. The wind down is an excellent product. I go all the way under the eye area with my wind down as well. There's some fun tools in the market that you can use with a jade roller. If you want to stick that in the fridge and roll that underneath your eye area couple of times during the week to combat puffiness. But product and ingredient wise, your best bet for that is going to be your antioxidants. Those are going to be your ones that are going to help to kind of dispense some of the fluid. And even naturally, if you're massaging and putting on your product, you're starting to dissipate some of that fluid buildup that you get under your eye. Antioxidants are going to protect. They're going to kind of dissipate some of that fluid, especially when you're using your hands for massage. And they're going to help to build up and strengthen some of those capillaries so that you don't get some of that darkness too that you experience under your eyes. That was a good question. Let me keep going because I do have a few here. Can I use Finely Awake Plant Foliant daily along with the Moon Dip? Good question. So our Finely Awake product actually has in it pumice, bentonite clay, silica, and a little bit of bamboos. So there isn't any glycolic in that. So remember, what was the one that I recommended? AHA and BHA are not ones that I recommend that you use with a retinol. So you can use Finely Awake with the Moon Dip facial. I will tell you, it may be a little over exfoliating depending on your skin type. If you have really oily or acting skin, you could use the Finely Awake every other night. But just be conscious of over irritating the surface, doing too much exfoliation, because the whole idea here is that we really want to create balance within the skin. We really want that skin to always be in a happy synergy. So too much can sometimes be too much on the skin. So maybe every other night you could use the plant foliant, and you could use your Moon Dip facial mousse at night if you wanted, then every night. Do not mix the illumination fruit though. Again, I've got my AHA, so don't go through and mix your illumination fruit with your plant foliant on the same nights that you do your Moon Dip. That would really probably over irritate our skin. What cleanser is best for hypersensitive skin that's also dry? I have a good one for this one. I wish I could show it to you. I don't have it in my little collection here, but we have a green tea gentle milk wash for you. It's a combination of 3 vegan milks. It's milk fetch, milk thistle, and then also coconut milk. It's wonderful if your skin is a little bit drier because it's real creamy and it feels really rich to the skin. Doesn't have any sodium lauryl sulfate in it, which creates that foaming action. So it's extremely gentle onto the surface of the skin. I love this particular cleanser if you tend to be dry, if you tend to be more mature. If you're oilier and acting skin, or if you do tend to get really regular hormonal breakouts, or just breakouts that you can't quite figure out what are from, this may not be the cleanser for you. I would recommend the New Groove cleanser. But drier acting skin, skin that does tend to be very, very sensitive, the green tea milk wash is perfect. Very reasonably priced too. You could pick this up with one other product using my spending pass and get to your $50 on the website with your free shipping. Let's see. Do you have any recommendations for crepey skin around the eyes? I'm hearing a lot of eye questions, which I love. So I think the eyes are the window to the soul. I know I've told you guys on a presentation that I've done once before. I love my Jimmy Buffett song because I do feel like a lot of times it's what we present to the world. And the eyes are kind of that first touch point. So it's the first thing that we see a lot of times when we look at someone. So we want to put our best eyes forward. We want to show the world, whether it's that they're bright, glowing, happy, whether it's makeup free or with makeup, we really want our eyes to sparkle. So the eye area is one of those areas that you have to really nourish and hydrate. I will tell you, the top of the eyelids, the bottom of the feet, and then the palms of the hands, these are areas that don't have any natural oil producing glands. So these areas tend to not be they just tend to sometimes get a little bit drier or chapped, just like the bottom of the feet get chapped regularly. So the eyes can get really dry. The skin can get a little chapped. So we really want to nourish that. We want to keep that area really hydrated. So the Crow Catcher, which I talked about, which is our Farmhouse Fresh product that we recommend around the eye area, is nourishing. It also is peptide based. So this will help your eye area look nice and plump and hydrated. It'll also help with kind of gently filling in some of the eyes, some of the lines that create that crepiness. You can use the wind down as well and go all the way up into the eye area as an antioxidant, as a nourishing agent, as something that's going to really, again, defend and fight off free radicals. Because I think I talked about this on another presentation. Where do a lot of our wrinkles start to set in? It becomes dehydration on the surface. It becomes all of those really mean, nasty like soldiers, which we try to fight off with our antioxidants that try to break down the surface of the skin. So the best way to combat that is going to be with some hydration and some antioxidants. And that's good for all skin types. You don't have to be more mature. You don't have to be dry or acting skin. You can have oily or acting skin. You can be in your 20s. You can be in your 30s. It's never, ever, ever too early to start with an eye cream and to keep that eye area nice and hydrated. Question, nighttime moisturizer for aging sensitive skin. So if you're extremely sensitive, I do sometimes ask, okay, what is your sensitivity like? Is it one of those sensitivities where if you touch, it turns red or irritated? Or is it sensitivity that you know you've had in the past to products, or you've still been unable to narrow down what ingredient that product is? So in terms of sensitivity, I try to kind of hone in and really understand what's creating the sensitivity and where you feel your sensitivity is. Because sensitivity can be a combination. It can be based on where you live. It can be based on climate. It can be based, again, on lifestyle, dietary, sleep, anything that we put in our body, I've said, always shows up on the outside as well in our skin. So we can kind of identify where we think that sensitivity might be coming from. But the anti-aging, we can definitely focus in on that. And I know I've touched on that too when I was talking. So 2 products that I have that are excellent for anti-aging, my Watercress Hydration and my Moon Dip Facial Mousse. Anti-aging. So when we talk about anti-aging, we want to make sure we're really hydrating the skin, and we want to make sure we're gently exfoliating the skin. So we're kind of helping to aid in getting rid of some of those fine lines. We're also plumping the skin, giving it nourishment, making sure it looks nice and clear and bright. So gently exfoliating the skin with the 2% retinol and hydrating the skin, as well as then adding in your natural antioxidants, which are your serums. So if you have a moment, I'll give you my email address, or you can check with Trisha, who's our skincare consultant. Again, as I mentioned on our website, you can book a consultation with her. We could probably get a little bit more specific and really figure out where that sensitivity is coming from and what's causing that sensitivity. So sensitivity could be caused by a lot of reasons. Sometimes retinol can create some sensitivity. If that's the case, then I recommend you use our 3 Milk Moisturizer, which actually is just peptide based and there's no exfoliating properties in it. So that's another option too. And I think we may have some exciting new stuff coming. So stay tuned to Farmhouse Fresh. We may have some more opportunities for all of you who don't want any exfoliating ingredients in your moisturizers. Does Crow Catcher help with dark circles too? Yes, excellent question. So Crow Catcher, again, I don't have one here to show you, but that is our targeted eye treatment. We have done clinical tests on it, so it does help with filling in, softening those fine lines, as well as combating the dark circles. It does have a vitamin K in it. Again, a natural capillary builder and a strengthener of the skin. So it does help with some of that discoloration that can happen. Thanks. We've got a really nice picture that you can see here too. A visible difference before and after photos of using the Crow Catcher regularly. Again, it's that vitamin K in it that really does help to strengthen the skin. If you have extremely thin skin underneath the eye area, some of that will kind of come through. Again, lifestyle has a big impact on how that eye area tends to look. So combating products maybe with extra sleep, or if you get a chance to go book a fun facial at one of our Farmhouse Fresh partner spas, they can really do a fun added eye enhancement for you, really to help to see if they can't pull any extra fluid retention, use our great products under the eye area, give you a nice little kind of a bright eye opening effect. So again, putting our best eyes forward so they're sparkling. So that was a good question. I'm getting some great questions, y'all. I love this when you respond and send me stuff. So it was a lot today, and I know this may have felt a little overwhelming. I may touch on this topic again in a future live, because it's like this and that. Can I mix? Can I not mix? I want to make sure I'm spending my money properly, and I want to get the effect from that skincare product that it says on the box. So just understanding the ingredients, being able to read that label is going to help you. I promise. Go be fabulous. Read the boxes, read the labels, because I've given you some really good tools now on how to understand what some of those ingredients are and what some of those ingredients do. So my spending pass is ageless 1, and you can use it on farmhousefreshgoods.com. It's good for the next 7 days. All your purchases do help us on the ranch and provide just additional support for all of our beautiful fur babies. Watch some of the videos too while you're on the website. Book a consultation with Trish so that you can get a customized skincare regimen from Farmhouse Fresh. I thank you all. Oh, I love, hi, Julie, Stephanie, Janet, Maria. I've got Tina. I have Sacred Oasis Massage. Thank you all so much for joining me today and being part of this conversation. I look forward to seeing you again on a live. I wish you all a happy Thursday, a happy 2021. And again, go be fabulous. My name is Jennifer, and I'll see you next time on the farm.
Everyone needs to feel rescued sometimes. I know that was why I found sanctuary in creating Farmhouse Fresh. We have always loved growing fresh botanicals, crafting skincare for spas, and now for you. We like to think our product names, scents, and textures have a little bit of magic in them. Now we get to provide rescue for 2. Our customers get a beautiful, fresh botanical glow, while furry ones get a new home right here on our farm. We hope Farmhouse Fresh can help take care of you